Hey guys, Ash here, Rage Legends. Welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there today. What if I told you that these reviews, literally the worst Void Legendary in the game, not Angar, not Fortis, even worse, is going to be the subject of today's video. We're going to jump into Top Live Arena right now, and I'm going to draft this guy every single time. He's going to be my surprise champion. We're going to see if we can pick up a dub or two. Maybe because of the surprise factor, you'll have to wait to see when I draft him who he is. Any guesses? Any guesses out there?
Surprise me.
It should be some fun. I also have a lot of ideas on how to buff this farmable legendary champion, Void legendary champion at that. So stay tuned for that. First, we need to find a match, and we got one. It's Makoto from Superbad. All right, let's see what we got here. So we're gonna start off in our usual free-to-play fashion with Sify the Lost Bride. We're gonna use this guy as a surprise factor, right? A surprise. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here on the screen. They're gonna go all out control. They're gonna go with Odin and with Armans. We're gonna go with Marichka, and we're gonna go with, like how I said her name, Marichka. We're gonna go with Lazarius. Hopefully win the speed battle. A lot of polymorph here as well. That's not gonna be very good considering who we're about to use. All right. So we have a damage dealer slash just all-in-one champion, Lazarius. We have our two supports. He's got his two controls. He's going to go Star Sage Galathir, or he's going to go Estrid in Sun Wukong. Cool. All right, guys, you ready? You ready? Let's go with, like, Harima as our other nuker. Actually, I don't love Harima against Sun Wukong. Let's actually go instead with let's go with Mezimel, because she has a block revive, and here he is. The nose. It's Ginro the Stork. That's right, that's the subject of today's video. Oh, Ginro, baby, look at that schnoz, the biggest nose on Raid Shadow Legend.
This time I want you to do it, Dave. I want you to cut the thing off. I'm tired of having a magnificent, fabulous, interesting nose. I want a cute, little pert, little petite, little button nose.
It's also the worst legendary champion in the game by far. All right, so who are we going against here? A lot of control. I'm going to go ahead and take away... I want to take away Estrid because he might win the speed battle. But Nice, if he bans, I might have no way to deal with Nice at all. I got to get rid of Nice here. All right, so we're going to go with the speed or a lead in Marichka. This is going to be an interesting little squad here. He's a defense-based champion. He has his own counterattack, his own increased defense. He has a lockout on his A1, and he has a 2-turn stun on his A2 that ignores block damage as well as block debuffs. He has some more mechanics, which we'll look at later on in the video as well. But here he is, Ginro the Stork. Man, I never thought I'd be running him here, wherever the heck we are, 11,000 trophies in Live Arena or whatever the heck. All right, so what he is a control champion. He has, as you can see the build right here. I have 4-piece pinpoint, pinpoint, lightning cage, and stone skin on this dude. So they do the right thing, and they sheep Mezimel. Can't deal with Mezimel taking a turn. I would delete Sun Wukong, and it would be not quite game over, but it wouldn't be looking good for him. All right, let's go ahead and get a big Marichka heal down, some strengthen. Odin's going to come in, remove some buffs, but I have a Sify and a 9-piece protection set. Okay, so he's not going to remove buffs. Here we go. All right, we're going to go with, so I can 2-turn stun, which is pretty nifty, but in this situation, I don't know. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to go with a counterattack. He puts provoke on the end of his turn on any champion with an increased attack buff on the enemy team, right? And then he puts skills on cooldown on his A1. Very interesting, huh? I swear we're going to try to make this champion look good here. So we have block damage here. I'm just going to go with the turn meter increase. I really want Mezimel to take a turn here. He comes in. We sheep him. Heck yeah. Estrid's going to take a turn. I don't like that. All right, can Mezamel get a turn? Who's going to take a turn first? Who do you guys think? I'm going to go after Sun Wu because that Staff of Wonder could delete me. Then I'm going to 2-turn stun. Ooh, look at that, guys. Look at that. We're actually just going to go ahead and pop him off. We're not even going to mess around. Block revive. Oh, my God. So, I got to say, in our first battle, he wasn't that bad. And it's not like obviously these are OP champions alongside of him, but it's not like he was like a super non-factor, right? He did pretty well for himself. All right. I like it. I like it. Man, this Makoto, no offense to Makoto at all, obviously. We all lose to all kinds of champions in this game. But Makoto lost to Ginro the Stork. All right. We only have 9 minutes left. I want to jump into another battle right away here. Hope we can get a couple in. And I'll show you the build at the end of the video. So he is a farmable Doom Tower champion. He's like the last legendary you get. Actually, let me pull it up on hellhades.com. It's been a while, so I'm not sure. I forgot who the last was. Let me come back when we can find a match here. Okay, guys, we found a match. This is Mistress. All right, let's go back to Siffy. Doom Tower Guide. Let's see. Hopefully, let's see if at yumilove.net. We don't give that website enough love here. No pun intended. Let's see. Yes, indeed it is. Ginro the Stork is the last legendary champion you get from Doom Tower Hard Secret Rooms. So they go Armans and Marius. We're going to, it worked for us last time. Let's go with the same strat here. Now, Lazarius is very good. Obviously, I apologize for going with mythical champions here. But he's in my best speed gear. Otherwise, I would go with like Shuzen or something like that in my best speed gear. But I want to try to go first here with this strategy. I want to ban Marius. Let's just do the exact same thing. What do you say? Why not? It will work. I'll give you a reason why not. Right there. These are the reasons why not. But we are going to ban Marius and see what we can do here. They banned Siffy. Interesting. So now, I think we'll go first. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, they have a lot of firepower. I'm very worried about this one. We have 2-turn stun, but they do have Galathier. Maybe I should have banned Starsage Galathier instead. But then I wouldn't be able to speed boost with Lazarius because he has a decreased turn meter on his A3, so it would have triggered Lazarius's A1. But I don't think it would have been the end of the world. Anyway, here we go. We go first. We're going to go... I mean, we kind of need to go, so I'm going to turn meter boost again here. Now, at least we can get rid of Armans and never have to deal with him at all. So let's pop off Armans. Obviously, going into Blue Affinity with a Spirit Affinity, it's risky, but Mezamel is a beast with that ability. So we're going to do the same thing. They have buff removal here. I have a 2-turn stun potential. You know what? I'm going to go 2-turn stun. Or no, I'm going to go... no, I'm going to go A3 is what I meant to say. All right, here we go. So we're sitting not that great right now. He's going to be able to block revive on my... with the Thief of Omen. Omen Thief. Whatever, I don't have the dude. Or Lazarius after he removes buffs right now. Let's see what he does here. He removes buffs. He locks me out. He's going to block revive on probably Mezamel. Yep. So, let's focus on... Oh, God. We are so toast here. We are so toast. Yeah, this one we should have... I don't know. It was a tough one. This is the problem with Ginro the Stork, because he kind of fits... He takes up a spot on your team, right? Okay. So, we're going to get the revive here. And we're going to be able to revive Marichka as well. So, we'll get another shot here. Problem is, I do have some damage on Ginro. Ginro, right? I have some damage on him. He's at like 80 or 90k crit rate with like 200 or so crit damage. I put crit rate on the gauntlets on him. He's kind of a tricky champion. He's not tricky to build. He's just like, I don't know. He's kind of weird. All right. So, not looking so hot here against Mistress. I could really use some damage from Ginro, right? Because, like, yeah, all I have is, well, what you see is what you get. All right. So, Star Sage is up. We're going to get, like, one shot at this. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. We might as well just give up, but let's go for it anyway, right? Let's go for it, and let's try to, I don't know, kill nice. Transform nice at least, or something like that. All right, Ginro, die, buddy. Die! Die!
You have a problem with that?
All right, whatever. Ending battle. Ending battle. All right, we have time for one more, guys. We're 1-1. Can we get the win? Make sure you stay tuned or fast forward if you don't care about this battle too, because I do want to show you guys. Siphus feet. Okay, Blood Envoy, Siphus feet. All right, that was. I don't want to blame Ginro too much for that last loss. I kind of want to blame me for the draft. I think it was a bad draft. We're gonna keep it going this time. You know what? This time, let's go with Star Sage. Let's go with Star. Oh, he's right in front of my face, and I didn't. There we go. There we go. So Star Sage. Let's switch up the team a little bit here. They're gonna go Marius. We'll go. Well, yeah, we'll go. Maybe we'll go Lockout. Let's just see what he does. Let's see what he does here. Siphus feet. Sounds like you need to see a doctor, bro. Sounds like you need to see a doctor. An orthopedist will be happy to help you.
Why?
We get a Fabian, we get a Lazarius. So now they go Lazarius. I don't like that. That's my Lazarius. That's my Lazarius. All right, let's go with, well, we do need our speed aura, so let's go with a good old Marichka. Let's go with, no, we can't go Marichka. We need Ginro the Stork. What the heck? All right, let's go Ginro. Let's go, So we could do that. I think we need, Marichka here, right? Marichka.
Answer uncertain. Try again.
She feels good. She feels good. In case we don't ban Marius, at least we'll have something to mitigate the Marius damage. And then we have the protected buffs from Siffy to mitigate the A2 of Marius with the buff decrease, right? So he has 2 intimidating presences on his team, both 6-star. Yeah, this guy's going to go first no matter what. So we need to build a tankier team. That way we can take whatever that comes our way. We have everybody here in Stoneskin except for Siffy right now. So she's a consideration. And he just doubles down. An intimidating president's arbiter along with a Gizmac. Now, man, I really, really, really want to go Marichka. I think I'm going to. Just assuming he'll ban Marichka, I hope I have enough damage on Ginro the Stork. Ginro the Stork? Hope I have enough damage on him that I can get, I don't know. Let's ban Fabian. That way we're not locked out. He does it. I don't hate that move. We're relying on Ginro the frickin' Stork to be our DPS here. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting indeed. Well, let's see. Let's see what he can do. The cool thing is even though he's not your traditional nuker, he has like a 5.3 multiplier on his A2, and he has the counterattack on his A1. And this team is fairly squishy, right? So I'm not hating the squad. Now, all Ginro needs at this point is to, well, this is kind of tempting to go in there and mess around and just straight up. It's kind of tempting to go in there and just lock him out, but we don't really necessarily need the lockout. Well, I'm going to get the extra turn. I have Relentless on my Star Sage Galathir, by the way. Let's go in there, and at least we can lock down Gizmac, right? I need him to take a turn right now. That's what I really need. We're going to have to deal with Marius in a moment here. Let's just speed up. Okay, cool. So, yeah, let's just go the counterattack. Problem is, the contract's going to be removed. Marius is so strong, damn it. I really need to remove that stone skin, right? So, I have a what is the counterattack? 2-turn counterattack, 3-turn increased defense. Okay, here comes Marius. Not loving this. Okay, hit me.
You've brought this on yourself, you know.
Okay, not the end of the world there. We can pick up Star Sage right away. We can heal everybody up too. That's cool. It's fine. All right, let's go in there. And he didn't get the skill on that A1. We didn't get the skill reduction. That was unfortunate. I mean, it's not the end of the world. His skill's on cooldown anyway. Okay, now we can 2-turn stun somebody. So it's going to be Marius. 2-turn stun there. That's cool. I'm actually going to save. I don't know. I'm not going to save. Sorry, guys. Going to get that extra turn again. See how powerful Relentless Gear is, guys? I made a whole video about how Relentless Gear is one of the best PvP sets and PvE sets, damn it, in the game. And it's so true. All right. Let's put her to sleep. Should we kill him? Let's try to put, I'll get the extra turn. I'll take it. I like that. Increase cooldown. Cool. Yeah, let's just go with this, strengthen. And then let's go on the AoE. And then let's go. I mean, Marius is stunned anyway. They don't have a cleanser on the team. I'm going to try to put the cooldown of Arbiters. We didn't get the cooldown. Damn. Did you guys see the chance on the A1? I think it's like a 70% chance of putting target skills on cooldown by 2 turn. Like, that's the key part of his kit that we want to take advantage of. You know what? Let's just go in there, screw it, and kill Marius. All right? All right, Gizmac. Sif his feet. He's rocking the UDXR tour frame, or whatever, avatar, rather. All right, come on. Come on, Gizzy. Let me have it, buddy. He's going to switch forms. And he's going to, what? Pain Link? He's probably just going to A3 here. Yes. So he Pain Links, and immediately he gets turned into a sheep. All right. Ginro, what we got now? So we got the lockout here. I mean, I think we're going to win this. I don't want to speak too soon. But, you know, luckily, I would never run him as Ginro as my DPS, to be very, very clear, abundantly clear here. I would never run him as my DPS in normal situations. I don't want to wake up Arbiter, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit the sheep. I would never run him as a DPS in normal situations because he just doesn't hit hard enough, obviously. But in this situation, I'm going to have to switch forms, even taking the AoE from Marius, because I don't want to wake up Arbiter right now. I'd rather just, you know, cleanse the Enfeeble, get a little bit of healing down, and you know, just hit the sheep. All right, cool. So Marius is going to go. I think, does he have his Death or Glory available, or is A3? No, he doesn't. He's still 1 turn away. So we're cool right now. What I was trying to say is, like, normal circumstances, I would not run him as my freaking nuker. But, well, let's just do it. Damn it. All right. Look at all these extra turns. I have Marichka and a Relentless set too, right? Pretty nice. All right, come on. Put him on cooldown. That A1's not working. It's not getting resisted or anything. It's weird. Another extra turn. It's insane. All right, let's just put him to sleep. We have to deal with Marius here. I don't like it. My counterattack's going to be negated by Marius yet again. I wish, this is my buff number 1 on this crappy champion. I wish they just made it so that he was, it was a protected counterattack. He's a void legendary, you know? A la nice. All right, let's go in there and, okay. Let's kill him. Okay. The cool thing is, again, guys, as a reminder, even if they did have, or if they have, excuse me, block debuffs up on their champions, like, that's the coolest thing about his stun, is it ignores block debuffs. So let's keep it going here. They have no cleanse at all on the team, so that's just 2 turns of Marius out of commission. Let's go in here and try to mess around with Gizmo.
Stupid, but brave.
Not doing a hell of a lot of damage at all. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Maybe this is a crazy team. I don't know. All right. Kaboom. We go in there, get a little bit of damage. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go switch forms. Let's try to speed this up a little bit. Let's lock out everybody, kill somebody. Let's start working on Arbiter here, right? Let's go in. Actually, let's kill Marius. Or not kill Marius. How about that? Man, he's not doing any damage at all, huh? I thought with 85 crit rate, 210 or whatever crit damage, I thought that maybe, you know, He could do something here. Lazarius is in his base form, which is annoying because he's going to revive. So let's work on Laz. Okay. Let's kill Lazarius. There we go.
I'm coming right away, my dear.
Get that kill. I'll take it. Let's go ahead and sleep Arbiter. Fantastic. Reduce turn meter. Let's go in there. 2-turn stun Arbiter. 2-turn stun. There it is. We pulled it off. We pulled it off. All right, guys. So I did it. I ran the worst, literally the worst legendary in the game in Endgame Live Arena. The results were mixed. They were mixed, right? And to be fair, even the battles that we won, obviously, we did it, I don't want to say despite Ginro the Stork. As I was saying, I have Relentless Stone Skin on Star Sage, Relentless Stone Skin on Marichka, and Protection 9-piece on Sify. Ginro, how do we have him built here? First of all, what does he do? His A1 attacks one enemy, 60% chance when booked of increasing the cooldown of one of the target skills by 2 turns at random. Now, it's pretty cool because it synergizes with the counterattack that he brings on himself on his A3 ability. 4-turn cooldown is baloney, but whatever. I would like to see, like, just off the rip here, counterattack and increased defense both protected, especially if it's going to be a 4-turn cooldown. All right. This A1, Plunging Beak. This ability to me is fine as is. I like it. It's pretty good. I think 70% chance on the increased cooldown is really good, especially if it's going to be protected. Would make him like a lot more viable. But I didn't notice it proccing that much. On the A2, Befuddle is a, again, 2-turn stun on a 3-turn cooldown, ignore block debuffs, and block damage. I would like to see added to this, if this attack kills an enemy, instantly resets the cooldown. Because what good is a 2-turn stun if you kill the enemy anyway, right? You ought to be able to have the ability back the next turn. That's my opinion. Or if this attack kills an enemy, grants an extra turn. To me, it needs one of those two dynamics to make it more viable because, again, 2-turn stun is great. Obviously, Taurus is like the quintessential 2-turn stun. There's a few others, though. There's even an epic, Tuok the Wanderer. Who else? There's Killian the Lucky as a 2-turn stun. So ignoring block debuffs is awesome, and block damage is awesome. But, you know, block damage counters Nice, counters Siegfried, and it counters Odin, and it counters like half the champions in the damn game, right? Increased defense, counterattack, that's his A3. I would like the increased defense to be on everybody as well. Share a little bit, don't be so selfish, Nose. Laughing Gull is his 4-turn cooldown on the active effect. Now, this was powerful, and we saw this was a big difference maker in what, the first battle? At the end of this champion's turn, places a provoke debuff for 1 turn on all enemies under increased attack buffs. I like that. I don't like that it's a 4-turn cooldown. I would prefer if it was a 2-turn cooldown, right? That would make it really powerful. Like, this is the end guy that you get from frickin' Doom Tower. He's a Void Lego. To me, he should be a viable champion, and to me, this would make him viable. I'm doing your job for you, Plarium. Doing your job for you.
Don't you think you've done enough for today?
Passive effect increases champion's defense every time they counterattack. Resets when he gets a turn. No. Increases champion's defense every time they counterattack. First of all, they don't even tell us the number. How about by like 5%, by 2%, by 1%, by 30%? You know? What the heck? Tell us the number, and then don't let it reset. Just max it out at, you know, can only increase up to 50%, 30%, whatever it is. When attacking, converts this champion's resistance into additional accuracy. Here's the big issue here. Super cool ability here. Converting his resistance, it allows you to build him with a ton of resistance. Big problem, though. We're not attacking with the provoke. It just needs to be this champion, when placing debuffs, converts his resistance into accuracy, not when attacking. Okay? They need to get rid of that line. He has resist in all battles, which is fine, by 80. It's one of the best all-battle resist auras out there. I have him built in Lightning Cage. I have him with the resistance on the Unshakable on the Tier 6 Mastery. These are very, very old Masteries. I built him right when I got him, right? So I'm sure I could do a little bit better. After seeing how abysmal his damage was, you almost got to make a decision. If I'm going to go offense tree, you almost want to go Helm Smasher and just really commit to the damage, you know? I was kind of trying to have my cake and eat it too a little bit there, too much. I have Gilded Dragonstone, which is beautiful on this champion, resistance and defense. Whereas defense increases by 1% every time they receive damage. Fantastic. He has the Provoke as well, obviously, on his passive. I already told you guys I haven't built in Stone Skin and Pinpoint. Total stats are going to be this. 82-12. So again, I'm like, you know, and not a ton of defense. So you can see why the damage wasn't blowing you away despite his multipliers, which are, by the way, a 3.3 on the A1 and a 4.9 on the A2. The reason I'm making this whole video, guys, crit rate, by the way, resistance on the chest, maybe you just go defense percentage on the chest, speed on the boots with defense percentage there, resistance on the banner, crit damage on the amulet, defense. Maybe, I already gave my opinions on how to buff this guy. I like this dude. Like, the reason I'm making this video is because I think he sucks, and I think that he could be cool. He could be a viable arena champion, but they really need to buff this dude. He is the end reward. I mean, what is the end reward for the rares? Isn't it Krakarth? Is it really Krakarth? Like, what are they thinking? Krakarth is the worst epic in the game, arguably, and Ginro is the worst legendary in the game. And those are the final rewards for Doom Tower. I'm going to end it on that note, guys. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.